All right, welcome back. Moving on to MLB. Miguel Cabrera arrested yet again, this time for DUI. Is this a distraction for the team?
I mean, it can't not be.
Yeah.
The guy, I guess he gets pulled over for the police and he comes out of his car and doesn't do anything. He just puts in a bottle of vodka and just starts drinking in front of the police. So he gave him a DUI. But, you know, Jim Leland has said that he's not going to be affected by this and he might have even a huge career. I mean, a huge season this season. But anytime, this guy's just a walking Big Ben off the field for baseball.
Worse.
Yeah, he's worse. I mean, he's not a rapist, but still. I mean, DUI is second one like the last year. Miguel Cabrera, I mean, he's a great player, but he has so many off the field issues that it's got to be affecting this Tigers team. And what I've heard is he's not a great chemistry guy in the clubhouse either. So, I mean, yeah, it's a huge distraction, I think.
I think it is. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't offer the officers a shot with him or something.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Probably did.
He probably did. But it is a big distraction. But I mean, you know, this guy's going down the tubes fast. I mean, he was
Off
looked
the
at,
field, yeah.
You know, yeah. I mean,
on the field, he's still doing great.
I feel he's still doing very good.
He had his best season last year.
Yeah. All right. Now, Jose Bautista and the Blue Jays are close to a deal. 5 years, $65 million.
Yeah.
Is this a good move?
Well, before John left, he said that this was a terrible move for the Blue Jays, but
It's a great move for Bautista.
yeah, it's a great move for Bautista.
That's
I think it's going to give kids the wrong message because I'm still fixed on Jose Bautista. I think he was using steroids last year. So I mean, anybody who's having a bad career, just use steroids for 1 year, get a huge contract, and then who cares if you accuse of steroids the next year? You're still getting $65 million. This is a huge risk for Blue Jays, especially because, I mean, they've been selling the guys. They've been selling Roy Halladay. They've been selling all over the place. Just traded Vernon Wells. I mean, this is a huge, huge risk. $65 million. I mean, over 5 years, it's a lot of money.
13 a year, something like that.
But I mean, he's 32. 5 years. After one good season, I don't know.
See it.
Well, Bautista. Yeah, definitely not worth $65 million.
No.
I mean, this guy's been erratic throughout his whole time.
He's been an average player.
He can throw fast.
Average.
He can throw pretty fast, but he's been really erratic.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't really done much.
Yeah.
For any team that he's been on.
I think that, you know, maybe if you gave him like a 2 year, $25 million deal, that would be okay. But signing him for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what you're getting out of him.
Yeah, you know, if I'm the Blue Jays, you know, he accepted this deal so fast. Why not wait until the season a little bit and see if he's still putting up those kind of numbers?
Yeah.
And if he's still putting up that kind of numbers, this contract will always be there for him. You know, he's not that Albert Pujols where it's always like, oh, are they going to sign Bautista? Are they going to sign Bautista? Who cares? Just let a couple months go into the season. If he starts to not produce as much as he did last year, then don't give him the contract.
I don't see
if
him
he does,
hitting another
then
50 home run season.
Oh, obviously no.
I don't see it.
I'd give it a 2% chance he does that again.
Yeah, it's not happening.
No.
So.
I mean, I could see like a 25, 30 home run season, but yeah. I think it was a fluke.
He's definitely going to drop.
Yeah.
All right, now Jim Edmonds retires at the age of 40.
Yeah.
Thoughts on his career?
I mean, he hasn't done anything for the last 5, 6 years, so yeah, I guess it's time to retire, but yeah. You know, he had a solid career when he was at the Cardinals. He won the championship with the Cardinals. I can't say anything about his career. Great playoff player, great regular season player, and really that
Is he
big
a Hall of
core.
Famer?
No, not a Hall of Famer at all. Absolutely not. But, you know, solid player.
I think he had a solid career. I mean, with the Cardinals, he did a lot for them in center field. He put his behind
great defensive
the line
player.
for them.
Yep.
He was always jumping over walls.
Pretty consistent hitter, too.
And he had a huge job because he was protecting Albert Pujols for that whole core of his career right there. And that's a huge job. So, I mean, you can't say enough about Jim Edmonds. I think he was a great guy. Solid career.
Kind of like a Bernie Williams type player where he's not quite the Hall of Fame player, but he's still one of those players you're always going to remember.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's who he reminds me of. All right. Now we're going to get into some fantasy baseball talk.
Yeah.
Frank from Houston asks, with the Pujols and Cabrera problems, will it affect their fantasy value?
I see this affecting Cabrera's fantasy value. I see this whole Pujols thing. Get ready for this. I think this is going to help his fantasy value. I mean, if Pujols comes out here, he has all the confidence in the world, Albert Pujols. If he comes out here and has a terrible season, he's going to have all the pressure right now to put the best season up there as he can. I'm looking for Pujols to hit 15 home runs, driving 120 RBIs, and hit around 310. So, I mean, if you're looking for that, I look for this destruction. If Pujols signed that deal, you know, he'd be all relaxed. He'd just be that Cardinal for the next 10 years. But right now, this is pressure time. He needs this huge season to cash in, and for other teams, too, to cash in. If there's any decide to decline, maybe there's an injury, that's going to be huge for how much money he's going to get. If I'm Pujols, I need to make sure I'm having a huge year.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, Bautista, this happens a lot with players. Everyone gets in trouble sometimes.
Cabrera.
Cabrera still a hell of a season last year though.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would definitely pick him up if he's there though. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously before.
But it is going to hurt his value.
It is going to hurt his value, but I mean, still, it's a DUI. Everyone gets in trouble with that stuff. Some point. You know,
you don't think it's going to be? You don't think it's going to be a distraction in the clubhouse?
I think it will be a distraction in the clubhouse, but I don't know for stats. He's still going to put up numbers. So what if he gets drunk every now and then? I mean,
yeah.
I think it may hurt him a little bit, but not enough to not get him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's still a late first, early second round pick, probably.
Oh no, I'm putting him third, right there after Albert Pujols and Henry Ramirez.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's where he's going in Yahoo and ESPN leagues. I put him three.
His numbers show.
Yep.
I mean, it depends on how many people are in your league, too. In an 8-person league, I'd say late first round.
You take him late first round?
Yeah.
If he's there late first round, then yeah, I mean, I'd go nuts.
I'm not going to spend my third pick on him.
Third pick? Who would you take third pick then?
I'm not really sure, but I don't feel comfortable taking him.
Would you take a Joey Votto over him?
That's tough.
He would be around there four.
Yeah.
Would you take a Tulowitzki or a Cargo?
I wouldn't take Tulowitzki.
Tulowitzki. No.
We'll talk about him in a minute. But
yeah.
Anyways.
All right.
Jessica from Boston asked, if you guys could draft any 3 pitchers, who would you take and why?
That's a good question. Right now, you're going to have to go with Doc. You know, and what he did last year in the playoffs and in the regular season. 2 no-hitters in that last year. I mean, I put him first right there. If you can get it, I think Doc's going right around 10 right now. If you can get him right around 10, and in our league, pitchers are valued very high. So maybe Doc's the guy you can look at 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd go Doc. Tim Lincecum slipped a little bit, and right now he's a little bit frail. He's a little small, so I don't know if I'm taking.
I've always been skeptical of him.
Yeah. I'd go right now. I'd go Doc. I'd go David Price, and maybe I'd throw in a Felix Hernandez in there too.
Yeah.
I agree. Definitely, Roy Halladay should definitely be there.
He's my number 1 too.
Yeah. David Price has also really been proving too. He's really showed.
And then moving and.
He's really showed that he can definitely step up.
Yeah.
And you know his record showed for itself too.
Yeah. I had Felix Hernandez and Roy Halladay in my rotation last year, and I won the championship. So
Felix Hernandez, yeah, I mean,
playing in Seattle, you're not going to get a lot of wins, but I mean, what he did with ERA and strikeouts, I'd got to go with Felix Hernandez as top 3.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I don't know.
My top 3 is probably going to shock you a little.
Yep.
My number 1 is still going to be
Roy
Doc.
Halladay. Yeah.
I'm not even taking Felix in the top 3.
No.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke, yeah, I'd have him high too.
I mean, look at the numbers he's been putting up on the Royals. I know he slipped a little bit, but you know, moving to the Brewers, he's going to get a ton of wins, a lot more than he was getting on the Royals. And I see his ERA coming back down, especially moving to the West, which is, you know, Central, but they face the West a lot.
Yep.
And
it's going to help. I can agree with
ton.
that. You know, it's not like he's moving to a Yankees or a Red Sox kind of lineup. The Brewers still have a solid lineup. But, I mean, I'm looking for a lot more wins with him. And like I said, I mean,
definitely positive this year.
Yeah, he had a down season last year. But playing with the Royals, I would have everyone have a down season there. Yeah, I think that ERA is going to go way down. I look at him as a top 5.
I'm going to say 16 to 18 wins with like a 2.40 ERA.
2.40. That's
2.40 to 2.50.
Wow. Yeah, if he's going to put up that, I'd take him 1.
I can see him doing that.
All right.
And my number 3 is going to be CC Sabathia.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking that.
Because you know with CC, you're going to get right around that 20 wins mark.
Yeah.
He's going to have like a high 2 ERA, which is still respectable. He's going to get a ton of strikeouts.
Mid 3s. Mid 3s for ERA.
Well, I'm saying at best.
Yep.
But, you know, I mean, number 3 pitcher, that's going to be a very solid team if you have those 3.
Yeah.
So that's what
CC, they just had breaking news, but I know we're going to do this quick. CC might opt out at the end of the season.
Really?
If you're a Yankees fan, that has gonna hurt. If I'm CC, I'm opting out too because then I can cash in even more. Yankees gonna have to redo that contract.
I still think he's gonna stay.
I mean, if you look at AJ Burnett, he's gonna be an ace for next year.
Oh my gosh,
they're gonna have to cash in.
He was a bad
Yankees are no pitching. Last one.
All right. Lastly, Undercape, who's our biggest fan from our channel, asks, I already drafted, and somebody offered me Troy Tulowitzki for Adam Lind and Ryan Braun. Should I accept?
I would not accept. I would keep those 2 because they're pretty good. And
well, no, he has Troy Tulowitzki.
Wait.
No, they offered him Troy Tulowitzki for Adam Lind and Ryan Braun.
Yeah.
I don't like Tulowitzki from really the beginning. I mean, he showed some promise, but I mean, I don't see him ever really being like at that top shortstop level.
Yeah.
I see him being like in the middle, maybe eventually creeping to the top. But
I mean, he's like a top 5 shortstop, but I don't put him number.
I'd put him number 5 on the top 5.
I put him number 2. Yeah. This guy's going 4 and 5 in every league.
I think that's completely dumb.
I've done a lot of mock drafts. This guy's going to put up MVP numbers for you. The only thing is he's had some injury problems, but he just signed that deal. I think he's playing behind Cargo. He has a solid lineup ahead of him.
Like you said,
he had 30 home runs last year. He hits about 300. He's playing shortstop. Who would you put him after? I mean, there's Hanley Ramirez and this Troy Tulowitzki.
Ryan Braun is going to put up same numbers.
No, I do that true too.
Yeah, Ryan Braun.
I think he's taking down power and raising his average, but also, I think Adam Lynn's gonna have a better season this year. He's going way down there in the drafts. Last year he had an off season, and I drafted him way too high. But Ryan Braun, he's still a solid player, even if he's gonna lose that power. I look for Adam Lynn to have a better season, but I also look for Troy Tulowitzki to be a huge.
I like Tulo, but I don't see him number.
I got a question for you, Pat. You have Hanley number 1, right?
Yeah, Hanley.
Who would you put number 2 then? Troy Tulowitzki?
I don't know.
Who else would you put? Who would you put, Brad?
I'd have to think about it, but
see, nothing stops us.
I'm not saying he's not number 2. It's just I don't trade him for Braun.
I wouldn't trade him for Braun.
Yeah,
I take Braun over.
Right now, Jose Reyes is number 3. I'd go Troy Tulowitzki. There we go.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. Join us next week, and I'm Brian. Mitch.
That was John.
It was John. See you later.
See you.